Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Trails in the Sky. We are in Bose, and some information that I picked up from the last time I recorded was that Carnelia Chapter 1 can be bought in the Bose market. Oh, look who it is, a familiar face. Before I buy the book, let's just talk to her. Huh? Dorothy, is that you? Wow, look at all the stuff they're selling here. I'm getting a kink in my neck just turning my head to try and take it all in. She's so into her surroundings, it looks like she can't even hear you. Well, alright. Leave her to her devices then. What does he sell? Can I help you find something? My medicine can take care of almost any kind of ailment. So you sell medicine, huh? There seems to be almost anything one could ever want here in the Bose market. That's for sure. The sheer amount of stuff for sale is pretty overwhelming. So our main objective is to go to the guild and see what Bose needs so I can get my bracer badge and whatnot. But I think I'm gonna chillax for a bit, talk to the people. This one's quite a catch. Tentatively speaking, I'm an employee here at the store. I help out my mother. I'm not playing around, just in case you're wondering. Good day and welcome. Hey there, you two. Have a look at my goods. I have everything you need. What the? So loud. My ears, they bleed. Well, this place is alive and bustling like everyone says. Wonder if it's like this all day. It is. People from all corners of Liberal gather here to grow their businesses. And then their eagerness and zeal to succeed is nothing to be balked at. Fair enough. I understand it's pretty competitive. I've been living in Bose my whole life, but this is the first time I've actually come to the market. Where to start? There are goods in stores all over the place. And there's dust everywhere. I can't turn the camera, apparently. The book I'm after isn't here. Maybe I should try checking out another shop. Oh, this is the book place, huh? Good day to you and welcome. I carry everything from antique books to textiles and daily necessities. Man, would you look at all this stuff. Mr. Renon's general store has lots of stuff, but this one carries even more than he does. Yeah, it's pretty easy to see exactly why this store is here. This store is here in the market. I stock a lot of imported goods from the Empire and the Republic, so I'm pretty confident about my selection. Oh, let me just buy that book. Here we go, liberal news. I need that, obviously. Got to educate myself on the world. Buy that as well. I have 3,000 left. Pretty good. Can I, how much are these? Oh, 150. Not really worth it. It looks like a girl is running the confectionery shop now. Confectionery. I don't see that word too often. Confectionery shop now. Before it was some guy running this place. Wonder what happened to him. Welcome. How about a fluffy eggy sponge cake? It's a specialty here at the Bose market. Wow, this looks so good, Joshua. Yeah, it does have a nice smell to it, doesn't it? Joshua, after we find Dad, let's come here and get one of these to eat together, okay? That's not a bad idea. Really? You'd better not forget about this later on, you hear me? Well, I now have to write this down. Estelle wants some cream puff or whatever. There you go. Got it. Shall we? Hehe, this is the first time I've ever been allowed to go on an errand all by myself. Let's see. Now, what was I supposed to buy? Believe me, that happens all the time. Let's see. Now, who is having a sale today? Where's my memo? I know I've got it written down somewhere. That's like me with Steam sales. Gotta browse out all the good ones. Thanks to the restrictions placed on everything by the army, nothing has gone right. When I think about the price of getting things in stock, I feel like my business is going to dry up. This guy's in a rather foul mood. No kidding. Airliner flights have been cancelled and the Eisen Road has been blockaded off. I'm sure it's not doing wonders for these merchants' businesses either. See, politics does affect business. Let's see. Now, what to do about today's side dish? Should I try making something with meat or should I try something with fish? Hey man, either works. My pal Buck has started raising prices on his goods. But in light of this situation, I guess I can understand why. Although some of his prices seem a bit too high. Yeah, I can imagine a lot of prices are going up simply because of the demand for goods and the lack of means to deliver them. Because of the whole, bandits doing things. What does she sell again? Hardware. Okay, so... alright. There's an actual stat for RNG. Good lord. That increases strength by 2. Cures mute. Okay. Alright. What do you sell? Pharmacy. You sell medicine, right. Let's see here. These cure status ailments. These are all 100. These, this is reviving. This is tier. I have no tier bombs, really? I should stock up on those. Jeez. It's always nice to have a backup, just in case I don't have any EP on Estelle. Wait a minute, let me just check check their orbments. So Estelle has the water one. Yeah, Estelle's the only one that has tier. Hey, I missed you, I think. How are you doing today? Is there anything I can help you find? I carry brands from the royal city here as well. If you would like, please have a look around. Looks like they sell clothes here. I'm fine, I already like the clothes I'm wearing now. I can also do custom designs or tailor any clothes you like. Just keep that in mind if you decide that you want something more fashionable than your current, unique outfit. Okay, fam. Don't be so condescending. Oh, this is a Strega thing that I picked up in the Misty area, right? Gaudy neckwear to accent the color, painfully bright. Those increase stats by quite a bit, but I'm gonna hold on to my mirror until I'm just desperate for anything to increase my stats. Keep forgetting that I can't turn the camera. This is unfortunate. You sell the books, you sell sweets. 200 HP and increases speed. And that's 250. 550 HP cures poison. That's 300. I should probably buy one each so I learn the recipe, and then I can make them myself. I think this is a good investment. And I have plenty of mirror to play around with. Yeah, I think that's all I can do here. Dorothy. Yeah, she's too distracted to talk. Okay, fair enough. I think I should read the news. The second issue. Because learning about this world is important. It provides perspective and context. Breaking story. Disappearance of the Lind. Gone without a trace. Where could it be? Yesterday afternoon, the airliner Lind vanished over East Bose airspace while en route to Roland. An exhaustive overnight search conducted by the Royal Army yielded no clues to its whereabouts, leaving all parties baffled. In response to this incident, the Army has declared all airliner flights cancelled until further notice. Fate of Lind passengers unknown. The Liberal Orbital Ship Corporation reports that 17 were aboard Lind at the time of its departure, including both passengers and crew. Family members of these missing persons are understandably concerned, but remain hopeful. Probability of accident is low, says expert. Central Factory Chief Murdoch proclaims, our orbital engines are sturdy and reliable. The chance of an engine failure is virtually nil. I do not believe an accident to have occurred. Well, of course you would say that. You make them, and bad-mouthing them would only decrease sales for you. So, yeah, that doesn't necessarily have to be true. Rumors and theories abound. Was it a conspiracy perpetrated by the Royal Army and the covert mercenary force comprised of Jaegers? Perhaps it was a plot to kidnap the passengers and hold them for ransom. Some have even suggested that the Lind came under attack by the last living ancient dragon. No matter what anyone may have heard, it's all just speculation at this point, as no real evidence has yet been found. The Royal Army is investigating a possible connection between this incident and the recent burglaries in Bose, but thus far, no information on any such connection has been released. In fact, no information has been released at all due to Army regulations prohibiting the dissemination of intelligence to the general public, a policy that I'm sure we'd all like to see repealed. Society, crystal stolen in daring robbery. A group of unknown individuals recently broke into the Rome's mayor's house to steal a septium crystal that was left in his possession. Local bracers came to the rescue and managed to recover the stolen item. Haha, that's me. But the culprits are still at large. Thankfully, no harm came to the mayor or his family during this incident. We deeply regret that the criminals escaped, says a Roland Bracer representative. But please know that we of the Bracer Guild did everything in our power to apprehend them and will continue the pursuit for however long it may take. Touring ancient sites, the Roland region, and the Ismaelis Tower. So this is basically a report of everything I've done so far, it seems. The Ismaelis Tower lies a few hundred selge to the north of Roland City, along the Malga Trail. Its turquoise-green visage is the only real landmark for as far as the eye can see. Counting as one of the 4 terracyclic towers, its purpose is still shrouded in mystery to this day. This exciting location is as old as Liberal itself, and modern research utilizing the latest orbital technology is expected to answer a few questions about this eerie structure, while posing still others. Fascinating writing. Very compelling. What is this building? Kirsch's Bar. Let's talk to some more people, because I like talking to people. I can't turn the camera. My god. I'm a scholar specializing in living beings from days long past. And on the subject of peculiar living beings, I've encountered the most uniquely swift monster I've ever seen during a recent geological survey. That was along the road in West Bose, if I'm not mistaken. Having never seen such a creature before, I thought to capture it, but it was far too quick for these legs of mine. I'd best get some more exercise in my daily regimen, I surmise. So there must be a mini-boss on the West Bose Road. Hey, welcome. Sit wherever you like. I can't actually sit, that's not a gameplay mechanic. Welcome, welcome! Order up. We've got good, cheap food that'll make your belly sing with delight. I don't doubt it, buddy. Oh, what was me? How did things get like this? I gave up my whole life for that damned workshop. Well, your name is Cornelius, so... a terrible fate must have wrought upon you. Being Miss Murano's attendant is exhausting work. But it's precisely because of the power she wields that she's earned the dubious role of Shadow Mayor, I suppose. God, having the title of Shadow Mayor must be fantastic. You're literally a more badass mayor. Hey, hotel, let's see who's here. Nobody? Welcome. Please enjoy our hotel's atmosphere, which is rich with tradition. I don't doubt it, buddy. Employees only. Don't doubt it. Oh, hi. I'm so busy today. I want to hurry and finish all these terrible jobs and then head out on the town. Looks like everyone's out and about. No one's chillaxing in their hotel room. Wow. This must be a suite. Let's explore some more. There's Mayor's residence. This is a side path for which I don't understand the purpose. But I'm sure it has some sort of purpose. What is this? The chapel. Please, Lilla. This is my one and only chance. Not this again. Curious? La la la, we're finally here. This day has finally arrived. After my husband is done worshipping here, it's off to the Bose market to buy. As we were arriving in Bose, the airliner flights were cancelled. And right in the middle of my pilgrimage, too. During the war 10 years ago, the city of Bose was reduced to a pile of rubble for the most part. It took 10 years to rebuild this to what it is today? Damn, you people work fast. However, the merchants at that time used their fortunes as capital to rebuild the city. Oh, well, that makes sense. And though they had been pursuing their own interests, they united as one. I can understand that. You need a good business for your customers to survive. Welcome to Bose City of Commerce. I believe I talked to you already. Yes, I did. So we got the landing port to the north, the south block, the west highway, the east highway. Let's check out the south block, see if there's anything interesting over there. What do we got here? 2 buildings, a path leading out. Okay. Orbital factory, aha. So I'll be running the show starting today, huh? Excellent. Now it's time to make some real money. Can I open up slots on anyone? Damn. Damn. I need more wind quartz. Yeah, I'm gonna need to stock up on wind, because I think I can open this with one more wind quartz on Joshua. Which is exciting. Which is very exciting. Some very kind commenter mentioned that converting Sepith to Mira is entirely useless, and that I should just open up all the slots before spending anything on equipment, which is very sound advice. I thank you for that. I haven't seen my boss around recently. I wonder if he's gotten sick or something. Oh, it's a little upstairs area here. What's over here? I wonder if my husband's business is doing well. Yeah, this town seems to be all about business, all about making the money. Because it is a center of commerce. Hey, kid. My dad makes clothes and then sells them to the people. He made my clothes too. See? Yes, very pretty. I'll be on my way now. Oh, this is just stairs straight to the north block. Interesting. Okay. So, oh my god. Perspective is messing with me. It's important for people to have hobbies in their old age. So I don't see why you have to get so mad about mine. Don't you realize you're just going to turn into a wrinkled old prune getting angry all the time? Oof, got him. But that's not what I'm mad about. The thing I'm mad about is the fact that he doesn't have the decency to say one word before he leaves. Intriguing. Perhaps his hobby is socializing. I don't know. Oh, now that was a scary look. How many years does he expect me to keep yelling at him for the same thing? Yeah, remind me to talk to people multiple times in case the conversation continues. Man. That's strange. I would have thought that my husband would be home by now. With my daughter at home now, it seems like we can finally enjoy a meal together as a family for the first time in ages, but... I come all the way back here to be with my family, and my father's nowhere to be found. And he's the one who said to come back to Bose as soon as possible. What's going on? My mother's worried, so maybe I'll just give a call to the place where he was staying. He was probably on the Lind as well, if I had to hazard a guess. Yeah, what is this building? Sane Arms and Guards. Some weapons. Good afternoon and welcome. Take a look around and see if there's anything you like. I see guns. I want your guns. How much for guns? Look at this. That increases strength by 20. My god. That's 2,000 Mira though. I don't want to spend that much right now. That increases strength by 14. Oh, this is killing me. Look at all these. Oh, man. I really want to buy like 3 of these. Because I'm afraid of dying. But nothing I can do now. Just gotta live with what I got. Let's see. That's the path. Alright. To the north block, to the guild. Finally, we're gonna progress the story. Or should I read Carnelia chapter 1 first? Huh? Huh? Nah. I'll save it to No, you know what? We read chapter 2 already. Let's read chapter 1. The Imperial Chronicle. I stood there upright in front of the revolving door, scuffing the heels of my boots against the ground. Pulling slightly on the collar of my trench coat, I dropped my chin and gazed at my partial reflection in the curved glass. Aside from my short cropped hair, I wore a modest-looking double-breasted leather raincoat and a pair of special-order steel-reinforced boots, both of which at first glance appeared to be the most common of common apparel. Yet they were in fact much more than the naked eye could detect. My ordinary average appearance, it was of just as much importance today as it had been on any other day in times past. Not far off, the sound of footfalls echoed rhythmically like the steady beat of a pendulum swinging back and forth as the throngs of those coming and going moved quickly along the cobblestone avenue, enveloped and tinged silver by the morning mist. At times, the calling voice of a street peddler disrupted the steady flow, but as soon as the hawking cry faded away, it would resume its course. Each morning that I found myself setting foot in the Imperial City, I also found my surroundings to be unchanged and stained by the same somber tone of grey. Snatching up a magazine from the underarm of a street vendor, I tossed a few mirror into the left hand poised expectantly behind his back. The Imperial Chronicle, the magazine I read so often that even the ink bleeds were familiar. Roughly flipping over its cover, I scanned the headlines along the top of its monochrome pages. Then suddenly my breath caught in my throat. At the very bottom of the local news page, I found those letters, that sequence of characters which I had not heard nor seen since the time of that life-changing incident. My eyes instantly gravitated to the spot, and for a time remained fixated. Can't read, I'm sorry. Einzelnade. The very meaning of those letters became lost to my senses as I stood motionless, my gaze fixed on the same line of text, until it all seemed to coalesce into a single blotch of ink. After a few seconds of blank comprehension, my vision settled and I wrenched my eyes to the beginning of the article. As I began to read, my memories verged on a single point in my past, and then slowly started to run in reverse, heading for that fateful event 3 years prior, when this name was first introduced to me. It was on an afternoon all those years ago, on a day not unlike this one, where the capital was overshadowed by its typical gloomy aura. I was little younger than now, a 22-year-old boy who stood silently in front of the boutique door as usual, double-checking his appearance before lately treading over to mix in... Still don't know how to say that. Micht? Imperial Factory. Funny that he calls himself a boy, but he's 22. I suppose that, age doesn't necessarily mean maturity. Which is good to realize, I suppose. It was on this day that it had been arranged for me to receive a new job from M, the shop owner himself. I'm just gonna call him Mitched. It might be improper, but I can't use my throat the same way that a lot of other people can. Although he was a drab, middle-aged man, I, being the ornament enthusiast I was, had found myself as one of his few regular customers. I headed down a dank alleyway, and after passing through a partially rotted wooden gate, I could see the soft glow of the flickering orbital light just outside the entrance of the factory, whose structure was halfway below street level. I first began receiving jobs from Mitch around about the time when dissension began to occur in the society over the 100 Days' War. It was during this period that relations between the Liberal Kingdom and the Empire were at their worst, and the importation of ornaments had become almost non-existent. Conspiring with underground elements and planning a smuggling operation, Mitch made me out to be his accomplice in crime, for the job which I received by his hand was none other than that of the courier. Being nothing more than a commoner in my teens at the time I met him and a juvie devoid of any connections in life besides, I naturally jumped at the opportunity without a moment's hesitation. Yet, even after relations with the Liberal had returned to some degree of normalcy, I realized I was in no mood to give up my specialty, which focused mainly on the delivery of stolen goods. The reason being, there was no job out there which could bring in the kind of mirror this one did. With an unrefined and inconspicuous appearance, I had countless times before hidden items of various sorts in my hat and trousers, and made my way hither and thither between the borders of these neighboring nations. And though to my delight my wallet had become increasingly laden with a bounty of monetary rewards, I'd routinely change my alias as a precautionary measure. So much, in fact, that these false names had built up into quite a list over the last few years. I had been known as Phil the Frivolous, Rooney the Trickster, and even Chris the Coward. However, Mitch had always called me by one name, Toby. This was the identity I had used for my initial job, and the one I liked above all the others. Fascinating. It's written so well as well. It's so compelling to just read. And XE didn't even need to translate that. They could have just left it as is, but they made the effort to do it. Wireframes dropping. Please kill me. Well, it's at 24 minutes now, so I think I'll stop there for today. We did some socializing. We got a feel for what Bose is, a city of commerce booming with business. Joshua, you wanna, like, get out of the way? Let this poor old guy through. Thank you very much for watching. Trails in the Sky is available on Steam for $20. It does occasionally drop to $10 on sales, so be sure to capitalize on that if you want. It's a very, very good JRPG so far. Very well written. It's more of a slow burn than a Hollywood explosive, type story. Lots of character development, lots of, plot threads just emerging. It has a lot of potential, and I'm liking it so far. I'm really, really liking it. So, thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time. Toodaloo!